Hello. Hello and welcome to Nick's Allotment Diary Live. So I'll just wait for a few of you to join me and then we'll have a little chat. Now I will try and get this video up on my screen and then hopefully I'll be able to see the chat. Let me see. Hi Jackie, thanks for joining me this evening. Right, I'm trying to get the, there we go. Hi Dave, welcome to my humble home. Good to see you here tonight. Yes, it's definitely too wet to be in the garden. It's too dark to be in the garden for me here. Hi Joyce, welcome. Small Garden Escape, good evening. It's not my first live, no, it's I've done several of them at the allotment, but it's my first live at my home. Okay, so we have a troll here already. Gone. Hello Kelly. Now I'm going to make a few of you moderators if I can. Hello Tori. So if a few of you can just help me out when you see stuff coming up. So I'll make a few of you. Do I like hot peppers? No, I don't really actually like very hot peppers. I'm more of a sweet pepper man really myself. So a few of you are now moderators. If you wouldn't mind, you'll notice when your names will be now blue. So if you wouldn't mind just helping me out if you see anything. Hiya Kelly. Yeah, thanks for offering to help out, that's brilliant. There's a few of you now that are moderators. Right, apologies if I'm looking over to the left because I've got a bigger laptop screen in front of me where I can read the messages a little bit easier. Have I started any seeds? Yes, I have started some seeds. I've started my onions off. I did a video this weekend just gone and I've put my onions in some onion seeds in some seed trays and I've got them off and going now. So they're actually here at home in a heated propagator and I've just looked tonight and I've noticed a few of them have actually started to sprout, which is brilliant. Hello, Homestead Australia. Hope everything's okay with you. Obviously, we're all thinking of you over in Australia with the fires at the moment, and yeah, it must be pretty frightening for you all. So hope everything's okay in your area. So one of the things I wanted to do this evening, if that's okay, is I've been tagged. Oh, hello, Ellie. Welcome. One of the things that I've done that I'd like to do this evening is I've been tagged to do the 3 things I've learned in 2019. So I thought I'd get those done rather than doing a separate video. Yeah, a few spanners for people this evening. Yeah, we've got another one that's just come in. So I'm afraid we are going to get a few of those, I think. So I've been tagged with regard to things that I've learned in 2019. So first one, not to put things out too soon. Last year I planted my tomatoes too soon outside, and I thought I'd got problems with the compost, and I was thinking I'd got aminopyralid damage, but I think basically they were just very cold. Hello Cindy, and hello Joyce, sorry, and hello Benny. If I missed anybody, apologies. I will try and catch people as I. Hello, Gary. Welcome this evening. I will try and catch you as I see your names. Yeah, so tomatoes I planted too soon last year. So the ones that went outside, I'm going to make sure I plant them a little bit later. And the other thing I'm going to do, number 2, was that I realised peppers don't do too well outdoors in where I live. So I'm not going to plant any peppers outside. I'm going to plant my peppers only in the greenhouse. Hello Max, welcome. Thanks very much for joining us this evening. So my peppers I'm definitely going to plant just in the greenhouse this year. They didn't do very well at all outside, didn't get any peppers on the outside once. So that's what I'm definitely going to do. Does anybody else grow peppers? And have you got any tips for growing peppers? I know Dane's pretty good at growing peppers. Hello Harold, good afternoon to you. Welcome, thanks for joining us today. Jalapenos did well for you outside, Ellie. Hello Varun. And Joyce, you got yours outside. Kaylee, welcome. Hello to you. Just saw your name come up. You tried but failed. Cindy, you grow 7 kinds of peppers. Um, that's good. I've tried all sorts of different peppers. I've tried the pointed peppers, bell peppers, various chilies. Um, I did grow some chilies last year, but they were just those little small chilies, Apache chilies. They were pretty hot for me. I wouldn't grow anything that was any hotter than that. Did I plant in the ground? Um, yes, I planted them out in beds outside, Ellie, and they didn't do very well. I think last summer, the summer before last, we had quite hot weather in the UK, and peppers may have done well outside. But certainly this last summer, summer 2019, they didn't do very well at all. So one of the things I'm going to do is one of the things I'm going to do is make sure that when I grow my peppers, that I'm going to plant them in the greenhouse, and also I'm going to plant them in the greenhouse border this year where I planted my tomatoes, so I can get a bit of height on the peppers. One of the problems I had growing them on the greenhouse bench was there wasn't enough height for them to grow. And hello, Alan. Thanks for joining us this evening. Good to see you. Benny, you've already got some jalapenos that have germinated. Oh, hello, Ryan. Welcome. Thanks for joining us, mate. Learning Curve Acres, welcome. Forking Allotment. Now, is Forking Allotment, is that Carl? Or is that somebody else? Would you mind, Forking Allotment, saying who you are? That's fine, Jackie. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Chris, Forking your Chris. Welcome, Chris. Alan, you've got about 20 peppers through so far. That's pretty good. That's not 20 different varieties, I assume that's 20 individual plants, is it? Yeah, Ellie, I'm not starting my peppers off yet. I think I'll start them off in a heated propagator in February too. The only things I've started so far are the onions, but I might just get itchy fingers again, start them a little bit sooner, but my plan is to start them in February. 16 varieties of peppers and 20 through. Wow. Chris, you've only got onions and garlic in that you put in the autumn. Oh, Ryan, minus 33 this morning. So be thankful you don't live in where Ryan lives in Canada. That is cold. Excuse me while I have a little drink. The third thing that I learned in 2019 was that no dig was a success for me. It definitely was, so I'm going to do more of it in 2020. I definitely want to grow more using the no dig method. So it worked for me, so I'm definitely going to continue with it. So that was something I learned from last year, that it did work well. So definitely something worth trying if you haven't tried it, I'd say. The only big issue that I had with it is making sure you've got enough compost to cover your bed. Gary, you're in the West Midlands and you're going to start your peppers in February. That's good. Yes, no digs. I dig, no dig. I think that was Dave that came up with that one. Ellie, you dig as little as possible now just to get the weeds out, then fresh compost and dump and rake. Yeah, that's good. You'll be starting a lot at the sorry, the message disappears off my phone screen very quickly, so I need to look over here. It starts at the end of January, peppers and tomatoes. So Chris, you're setting part of your allotment up as a no dig and a square foot garden. So what sort of things are you planning to grow? Well, learning curve acres that it's 5 degrees this morning in Ontario. That's pretty cool, but certainly not as cool as Ryan in central Alberta, minus 33. Is it safe to put broad beans in yet? Hello, Tony. Welcome. Good to see you. Joyce, you're going to wait till February to put your peppers in. You've got 2 heated propagators, and that's definitely a good thing for peppers. They definitely like warm temperatures. So what seeds have everybody else planted? Has anybody else planted onion seeds like I did the other day? Hello, Greta. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. My Lazy Days garden, onions and leeks. You planted? I haven't planted any leeks. I will do, but probably February. I would probably do shallot seeds and leeks in February, as far as I can think. I haven't planned out exactly what I'm going to plant as yet. I need to go through all my seeds. I've got plenty of seed packets and need to decide what to plant when. And then there'll probably be a big rush in March and April when I'm suddenly thinking, oh, I haven't got that in, or oh, I need to get that going. And then there'll be no space. That's one of the problems with seed growing, I suppose. Now, one of the other things I wanted to talk about this evening was I'd also been tagged by Sam's Allotment Diary. If you haven't checked out Sam's Allotment Diary channel, have a look. He tagged me about 3 allotment goals for 2020. So he asked me to say, what are my 3 things that I want to do for the new year? So I'm going to just go through those with you, if that's okay. So the first one is growing carrots. I've never had any luck with carrots. You'll probably have heard me mention it quite a few times. Carrots and me just don't seem to get on. So I'm going to have a go with carrots. I'm going to go and build a specific raised bed for carrots. I'm going to build it with some wood that I've got, and I'm going to put a sandy soil in that bed, and I'm going to try growing carrots in a sandy soil. Thanks Tony for that message. Yeah, good, thank you. Anybody like this video, that would be brilliant. So yeah, sandy soil I think for carrots, as far as I understand. I did try carrots in buckets, not this last season, I think the season before, and I did get a few, but I had problems with carrot root fly, which as you know, they just sort of munch your carrots and destroy them really from the inside out. So I had problems with carrot root fly, and they were tiny. They were like, I think I'd sown them too thickly, hadn't thinned them out. So I'm hoping that if I grow the carrots in a sandy soil, in a raised bed, put some sort of a barrier round to sort of keep the carrot root fly. I don't think you have to cover them completely over. You can just sort of like put a little wall, basically, a wall of netting, just because they don't fly very high off the ground. If I've heard that correctly. I don't know if that's true or whether that's one of those things that you just heard, but that carrot root fly can't fly very high off the ground. So I'm going to try that. Right, I'm just going to read some of your comments. Apologies, a few things have come up while I was talking about carrots. Who's growing elephant garlic? Let's see. Oh no, sorry, no, I misunderstood. Max is growing some leeks with a variety called Elephant. Yeah, I've not heard of that one. Small Garden Escape, you tried Atlas carrots last year and the flies never touched them. Not heard of Atlas. Ellie, they got yours, and your planters were 60 centimetres tall. Right, Tony's advice is to put manure at the bottom of a 14-inch deep bucket and then build up the rest with no nutrient, thin and plain sandy soil. The taproot will seek out the manure. Yep, so manure at the bottom of the bed and then sand above the top. Resistor fly are supposed to be a good variety, Chris. Thanks very much for that. I've not tried that variety. I have got some seeds for sweet candle, and what else have I got? Chanteray carrots, I think. Autumn King was the other one I think I've got in seed packets. Ellie says that sweet candle and Autumn King are very tasty. Oh, hello Frank. Sorry, I just saw your name come up. Welcome. Thanks for joining us this evening. Kelly, you're back. Yes, we're talking carrots. Now, Benny, I've planted some Eskimo carrots, and those are in the bed, one of my no-dig beds at the moment. And they haven't grown very big at all. So I don't know whether I planted them too late or what. But I hadn't had that much luck with the Eskimo ones, and I thought that they would they'd survive through the winter. Greta, you've never had problems with carrot fly? Tony says as long as the head of the carrots are above 2 feet from the base ground level, the female carrot fly shouldn't find them. That's good advice. Frank, you've just ordered sweet candle. I got the sweet candle ones from King Seeds. I know you can definitely get them from there. I've also been trying a company called Just Seed. I've got some seeds over here. Now, these are a company I've not used before, so I don't know if the seeds are any good, but I've got them Ailsa Craig onions, Ailsa Craig onions from them. They're actually based not very far from where I live, so might be worthwhile having a look. I know that Sam from Sam's Allotment Diary has also posted the other day that he'd got some from that company. Obviously, if you're in other countries, I don't know whether they send to those countries. Kelly says that Terry's planted is about 4 feet high, and the little blight has got his carrots. So maybe it isn't a case of how high they are. Maybe you just need to protect them in some way or other. Enviromesh. Yeah, I've got some Enviromesh. I've never done anything with it, so I need to actually do something with that. I've got some of that in my shed up at the allotment, so maybe I need to try that. I'm going to try the Enviromesh, I think, round some of my alliums, because I had problems with allium leaf miner last year. I don't know how many of you have had allium leaf miner problems. That's yet another pest that we all, well, not we all, that I believe is sort of working up the country in the UK. it got me last year with my garlic and leeks, I think. So I'm going to have to do something about it this year and make sure I protect them at the time. Neem oil. Ellie mentions neem oil from the early seedling stages. That's maybe something we could try. I've not ever used neem oil. You say it helped, Terry. That's good. Yeah, so Tony had good results with the EnviroMesh for smaller pests, but it does reduce light and airflow. So that's something to bear in mind. Joyce has used neem oil for whitefly and that worked well. That's good. Where do you get it? Is it like one of those things you get from on the internet? I must admit, I don't even really know what neem oil is. Is it like a natural product? From a neem tree. Very good, Ryan, yeah. Okay. It, I don't really know much about it. Right, here we go. Ellie says, buy it from Amazon, make sure it's cold pressed. It needs the active ingredient, which is destroyed on hot pressing. Ryan, I'm not joking. I'm sure that. Oh, Terry's in the house. Hello, Terry. Welcome. Thanks for joining us this evening. We're just talking about carrots, problems with carrots, and problems with general pests. And we've been talking about neem oil. So I don't know anything about neem oil, and I was just trying to find out what it was. My lazy day's gone. Amazon sells it. What's Azad Is that the chemical in neem oil? Apologies if I pronounced that wrong. I've not. Hello, Mike. Welcome, Mike's Greenhouse. Thanks for joining us this evening. Okay, so Azadirachtia is the active chemical in cold pressed neem oil. So it comes from a tree then, as Ryan said, the neem tree. Is it sort of like a tropical tree, or is it something that, where does it grow? I'm doing fine, thanks, Mike. I'm okay. I hope you're good too. I'll make a few more of you moderators. Please don't feel offended if you're not a moderator. I did have a few of the nasty trolly people earlier, so the more of you, the better. You can watch out for any funny messages. Right, so India, Pakistan, that area, subtropical areas, that's where it comes from. Bill and Val, is that right? Did I say Bill and Val? Hello, Bill and Val, welcome. Thanks for joining us this evening. Brilliant to see you here tonight. Yeah, hope everything's okay with you. Yeah, everybody sends their love to Bill and Val. Yeah, so we were talking neem oil. Yeah, so that might be something that I can try. I take it's a sort of thing you spray on plants, is it? The neem oil, you make it into a solution and spray it on. What's the quantity of neem oil you put to water? Does anybody have any recommendations on using it? And does it affect all insect life, i.e. will it kill the good and the bad pests, if you like? Will it kill ladybirds, bees? That's the sort of thing that I'm sort of a little bit worried about spraying. Learning Curve Acres, thanks for joining us today. Brilliant. Thank you for joining us. Right, Tony says solution is 1 to 5. Kelly says it's perfectly safe for the good ones. So Ryan says that it doesn't kill beneficial insects, just the bad guys. Ecocentric Homestead, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Cindy says only bugs that eat leaves. Now, Terry says he's trying neem oil on cabbages this year, only kills insects that eat our crops. But now, do I remember, Ryan, that you spray or were thinking of spraying cabbages with some sort of bacteria that kills the cabbages? Kills the cabbage white caterpillars, if you like. So I seem to remember you putting a video up last year mentioning the fact that you were going to try some sort of almost biological method for killing caterpillars. Neem oil kills soft-bodied insects, so it would affect sort of mainly the baddies, I guess, then. And it also interrupts the reproduction cycle of the insect. Right. Oh, now we're getting all sorts of things now. Homestead Australia says there's a bacteria you can buy and the commercial growers use it here. That's in Oz. Nemeslug BTW. Is that by the way, or is that the name of it? It's a soil inoculant. Charles Dowding uses a soil bacteria on his. Oh, that's interesting. So garlic deters pests. Yeah, I've tried garlic sprays on some of mine. Hello, Charlie, and hello, Nigel. You did mean by the way. I just wondered if that was some sort of name for it, Tony. That's fine. Right. Ecocentric Homestead said bacterial thuringiensis. BT is a bacteria that I was thinking about. Aha. Yeah. That was, I think, the one that Ryan mentioned. Max uses garlic spray as a slug deterrent. Um, yeah, is it expensive? Is what Ellie's asking. I so do you have to spray that again? I guess the bacteria. Do you have to spray it onto the actual um, insect itself, or is it like absorbed when they're sort of like you just spray it on the cabbages and then they eat the cabbage, and when they eat the cabbage, they eat the bacteria. Thank you, Homestead Australia, and good luck with everything over where you are. Thanks for joining us. So Benny says you are going to try the BT spray on the cabbages without a net this year. You spray it on the plant. Apologies if I'm keep looking over here. As I say, the messages come up on the phone screen too quickly for me to read, so I'm having to look at a computer screen to read the messages because they stay there for longer. Right, so Ryan says BT works well on the cabbage loppers larvae. Susanna, the grower he visited, had zero issued. She just sprays it on the leaves and they eat it, and then they dehydrate and die painfully. Okay, so definitely something to consider. Don't worry, Mike, that's no problem. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I don't think that. Not expensive in Canada, just spray it on the leaves. If you have an infestation, you will need to make a higher concentration in the instructions. Yeah, Kelly. Yeah, if you don't net them, then your rabbits are going to get them. Yeah, that's true. Netting isn't just for little pests; it's also for the big pests. One of the problems I'll have would be with pigeons. Pigeons would eat mine if I didn't put nets over them. And Ellie has been plagued by rabbits, pheasants, deer. Did I remember, Ellie, you saying you'd been plagued by? So we all get plagued by pests. Um, yeah, um, I did have some rabbits on our allotments this year, this last year, but there weren't many of them. Um, right. Um, yeah, Mike is asking for advice on overwintering broad beans. Um, I'm not doing broad beans because I'm not very keen on them, the taste of them, to be honest. Um, so yeah, so I can't really offer any advice on broad beans, I'm afraid. Uh, one of you others will have to help Mike out on that one. Um, Ellie uh, is asking about sorry, it's saying her tulip shoots are covered with a metal mesh. That's to keep the pests off. Yeah, Tony, wood pigeons are the devil's birds. Hello, William Coleman. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. For you, I take it um, late afternoon. Uh, Harold would like advice or any suggestions on mildly heated peppers. Right, Ryan is not going to take Willie out. No, no. We've had a few interesting people joining us on the live chat, so the moderators are doing well. Badgers. Yeah, badgers are currently crazy about corn. I believe that. I've grown corn, but I don't get badgers. But we've got quite good fencing generally around the allotments, so I don't know that badgers would easily get in. Rabbits have managed to get in now, so. Um, so thank you, Chris, Forking Allotment. Thank you for joining us. Great that you were able to come along. Um, let's see. Oh, seeds. We're talking seeds now, William Coleman. Hey, Kelly looked at my tin of seeds and thought of you. Yeah, Kelly, if you haven't seen Kelly's kitchen garden video regarding seed organisation, she's come up with a really great way of organising her seed packets using some colour coded boxes. Um, yeah, so check out Kelly's video with regard to how she stores her seeds. Has anybody else got any good ways of sorting and storing their seeds? Shoebox, Kaylee puts hers in a shoebox. Cindy has got a new seed case yesterday. Willie's got them in a biscuit tin and leaves them alone. Now I've got quite a lot of tins. I've got all sorts of different sort of shortbread tins, biscuit tins. I have got some other tins, but they're sort of like in a bit of a mess. I haven't got them in any sort of order, and I do really need to get them in order to know when I'm going to be planting things. Terry, your comments are disappearing. I haven't seen a comment from you. So I'm not quite sure why that is. Have you got it on live chat rather than top chat? I hadn't. Ryan says that Ellie blocked him. Did you? Oh, yeah, Willie. Just bear with me. Here we go. There we go. So Willie should now have a spanner. Right, Charlie is back. Just be careful what you say, Charlie, and then you won't get blocked. Willie's never had a spanner before. Well, use it wisely. No, you can't, Willie. The answer to your question is no. Muddy Boots, Nigel, welcome. Thanks for popping along. Good to see you. And also Scotch Crofter, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. What's the state of the plot? It's not looking too bad. Yeah, it's looking good. I'm just doing a bit of weeding, or have doing last weekend. This weekend coming, I'm going to be working in the fruit cage. So one of the things that I'm going to do is try and dig out some of the bindweed roots that are in my fruit cage. Have we got some poor weather on the way, Nigel? Tomorrow, I think, it's going to be windy and a bit wet. I'm hoping for a better day on Sunday, I think. Sunday is my normal allotment day. Um, so I always hope for decent weather on a Sunday because that's definitely the day that I can get up to my allotment. Now the comments are going so fast now. I'm having to switch between camera here and screen here, so apologies. Um, Good luck with the bindweed. Yeah, that is one hell of a cage fight I'm having. Mags is having 50-mile-an-hour winds and driving rain at the moment. Oh, so up in Scotland it's really rubbish weather. And did I see something about Greta having snow? Thank you, Terry. Thanks very much for joining us. Good that you were able to come along. Thanks very much. Kelly wants to be able to build. Sorry, Joyce wants to be able to build some raised beds. Cindy's due to have snow tomorrow. Cindy, whereabouts are you in the US? And Idaho Garden Girl, welcome. I didn't spot you coming in. Terry says more than 3 words and his comments disappear. Not sure what that is. Tony Stevens, welcome. Thanks for joining us this evening. Great that you're able to be with us today. No need to apologise. Cindy is in Missouri in the Midwest. Apologies for that. Thank you, Bill and Val. Glad that you were able to join us. Thanks very much, and hope everything's okay with you. Greta, thank you. Thanks very much. Good evening to you too. Enjoy. Your kids are visiting, so you're going out to eat. Enjoy your meal. Is Ryan going as well? Did I miss the fact that Ryan's going? No, I don't think he is. I think he was saying bye to Bill and Val. I may be wrong. You're still here. So Tony Stevens has got his potato day tomorrow. Very topical. I attend a potato day near me each year, and it's usually about mid-February. You can get, basically what potato day is that they have a company comes to a hall or a village event, a town event, and they sort of sell loads of different varieties of potatoes. and you can pick all sorts of different ones. So I'll be getting some of my potatoes from there. I have saved some of my seed potatoes from last year. I'm going to grow some again. So I've got some of the Sarpo varieties. I don't think I've got Sarpo Mira. I had Sarpo, I think it was Axona. It was a white Sarpo this last year. So I'll definitely be picking some new varieties. But I haven't decided exactly what. I will go for the normal ones I grow, Charlotte definitely. I did have some good potatoes at Christmas, and they were from a bucket of Wiltshire potatoes. So that was one that was definitely worthwhile. How is the Sarpos going over in Canada, Willie and Ryan? You've sort of been propagating Sarpos, if I remember rightly. Mags is going to grow Charlotte and Picasso. And Kelly, oh, let me just see, what did I just see? Sarpo, Mira and Aaron Pilot. I had good results with, which one was it? I've grown Picasso. That one wasn't too bad, but definitely Sarpos give you high crops and quite big potatoes if you grow them in the ground. I did grow Arran Victory potatoes, they were good. Tony Stevens is going King Eddie's, Cara and Charlotte. Cara, I think, are blight resistant. A little bit blight resistant anyway. King Edwards, I'm not sure if they are blight resistant. They may be a little bit, but I'm not sure that they are massively blight resistant. So Willie's got quite a few Sarpo mirrors now, and we'll have spares to ship around to people in the locality, so that's pretty good. Pink Fir Apple did good last year. So Ellie's got Pink Fir, Sarpo Mira, Charlotte and Victoria. Nigel says that Swift are well worth growing, so that's well worth looking at. I've not grown Swift. Benny grows varieties called Berber and Kerr's Pink. Not heard of those ones. Tony's doing Ulster Prince, Red Duke of York and Maris Charlotte. Maris Charlotte? Do you mean Maris Piper and Charlotte? And he thinks that chicken poo is the way forward. I'm going to say that. Thank you, Mike. I did see a comment from you earlier on which I missed, which is when I'm going to do another live. I don't know. I just sort of decided to do this because I needed to answer some tag questions, and I thought it would be ideal to do it as a live question. I'm not sure that I've answered many of the tag questions, but I've answered some of them. Um, yeah, uh, I think I got as far as one of the three things that Sam had asked me as to what I'm going to do for 2020. Um, One of them was about potatoes, so I mentioned that, which is to make sure that when I'm growing potatoes in buckets, I do more watering of them, because that was a problem that I had last year. That potatoes didn't grow very big, I think, because I didn't water them enough. Brian, welcome. Thanks for joining us this evening. Hello to you. No, Saeed, I'm not Australian. I'm from the UK. What's the best way of saving seed potato? Um, just Joyce is going. Is somebody saying Joyce is going by? Thank you, Joyce. Thanks for joining us tonight. Um, yeah, I'm not quite sure the best way of storing them. Basically, store them somewhere cool. I think some people store them in the fridge. Um, yeah, there's a few comments now coming up about storing them in the fridge, like Willie's just mentioned that, and Ellie, Benny also. Ryan, you naughty. You're naughty. Yeah, everybody seems to agree. Keep them cool, dark, and dry. That's a good um, summary by Nigel there. Yeah, so potatoes, I had problems with watering last year, so that's one of the things I'm going to definitely try and do better. Um, yeah, so everybody thinks that it's best to store potatoes in the fridge. Um, Sorry to hear that, Brian. Must be pretty tough. Must be pretty tough. Hope everything's okay for you. And the third thing that I said that I'm going to do allotment goals for 2020 is to try and dig out more bindweed from my fruit cage. So I think I covered that a little bit earlier. So I've covered the answers to Sam's questions with my three allotment goals for 2020. Now, I've been going for about an hour and a quarter now, so I'm going to come off in a couple of minutes, I think. So I'd first of all like to thank everybody that's joined me this evening. But we'll just keep going for another 5 or 10 minutes, but then I'll have to wrap it up. Right, bindweed. Yeah, bindweed. If it, Willie says if it bindweed is edible, he'd be as fat as a pig. I think I would definitely be too. Oh, Nigel, what did you say there? You've fallen, slipped in his back garden. Oh, that's no good. Cracked your ribs. Oh, hope everything's okay with you. That's not good. Yeah, take plenty of painkillers, I guess, and rest. Thank you, Mike. Thanks very much for joining us this evening. Right, I'm going to wrap things up now. Thank you, everybody, for joining me this evening. It's been great that you've been able to pop along and listen to me answering a few questions, and I think we've had a pretty good chat, and I've really enjoyed it. So look after yourselves, and all I'll need to say now is thank you very much. Thanks everybody for joining me, and I'll see you on my allotment next time. Night everybody, take care.